Beyond the beat, slow feet don't eat. You went and made it, was your story. Beyond the beat, come talk with Teek. We all can make it, share your story. Beyond the beat, beyond, way beyond the beat, beyond, yeah. Beyond the beat, slow feet don't eat. You went and made it, was your story. Beyond the beat, come talk with Teek. We all can make it, share your story. Beyond the beat, beyond, way beyond the beat, beyond, tap in with Teek. Tap in with Teek and get your Teek. Beyond the beat, beyond the beat. I done took a different road, yeah, I made it, I'm on my way.
Yo, welcome to the Weekly Close with CIC, where realtors keep it real and drop the knowledge you need about today's market. I'm your host, Teek the Agent, and every week we're breaking it down, the wins, the lessons, and the moves you can make to buy, sell, and invest with confidence. Let's get it.
This is Jennifer with CIC, and we have Mike and Tara McCreary with AO Services.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, we got a applause there, so we don't have to do that anymore. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. We want to know any and everything about you guys. So tell us, you want to start? Mike, you want to start?
Sure. My name is Mike McCreary. I own, my wife and I, Tara, own AO Services. We do multifamily renovations for apartment communities, owners, management companies. And we've been doing it now for 9 years.
Awesome.
But we also do this in multiple states: Arizona, Washington, Nevada, and we are also newly licensed in Oregon.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
I think I just put those three.
Oregon's brand new.
Awesome. I just looked at your website. So I was like, oh, okay. Expansion. Okay, so as realtors, what we want to know is, because we don't know when to get you guys involved, right? So what's a key part of us to know when do we contact you guys in the process?
Immediately, if not sooner. One of the things that after a deal closes and somebody is in a hurry to get something flipped. Go ahead. Okay, yeah, getting us involved as early as possible is really important. Contractors do have schedules, where people. Unfortunately, we don't have a stable of employees sitting around waiting for somebody to give us a call and we can immediately send somebody out there. We have schedules that we have to meet just like everybody else, and calling me on a Friday and telling me you have a project that's starting on Monday, 100% of the time will not happen. And if you do find somebody that can do that, there's a pretty good chance that project's going to go sideways real fast.
Sooner the better.
The sooner the better. Even if, like for multifamily, when we work on apartment communities, we really want to be involved on a due diligence. When an owner is looking at purchasing a property, then we can go in and we can walk one of each unit type. We can start putting that plan together for that owner, and we can help them set their budget for that investment as early as possible. And it's a realistic budget, rather than an asset manager sitting at a desk and going, well, I think we can do it for this much. We'll actually get involved that early to where we can help set that budget ahead of time where it's actually achievable.
Okay. I have a hard time deciphering between a contractor and a renovation specialist. Is it the same thing? The same?
Yeah.
I feel more safe that you put renovation in it, because I think when I think of contractor, I think of different things. Oh, come change my outlet cover. Come change my, is it that small?
We do all that too. Yes.
See,
Absolutely.
I would think I need this big demolition project and knock out 5 walls,
And that's
before
okay too.
They're all in one.
See?
They can do it
Yeah.
all.
See, I think it's perception, and that's why I was saying we don't know when to contact you.
We're not a handyman.
See?
That's a different ballgame.
You see
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
Different level.
So we got handyman and contractor.
Right.
And so when we sell homes, and they're like, "Oh, do you know somebody?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you want done?" This is where I'm filtering out who to contact.
Right.
You're
right.
not-
If you've got I've got a leak under my faucet. That's not where, that's not our bread and butter. That's not what we do. If somebody comes in and says, "Oh, we want you to do a TI in a commercial space," we don't do that either. We found that if you don't specialize in something, you're going to be good at nothing. And what we prefer to do is to do renovations. We've done them on single family homes many times. We did our home. But multifamily, because it's the same thing over and over and over again. And most of the time you're dealing with construction professionals that have been through the process and that understand the process over and over again. Again, there's coaching that's involved with everybody on how the process really works. But yeah, we'll do big things and small things, but really what we're after as a business is the multifamily stuff.
Gotcha. What are some common renovation mistakes you see sellers make before listing their home? So they list their home. You already know some.
Well, that's easy.
Okay.
They overscope a project.
Uh-huh.
And they renovate a house that they would live in. Different ballgame. If you're choosing the highest end countertops, the highest end cabinets that you want in the house that you live in, you're overscoping that project. You're not going to get the biggest bang for the buck, and you are just hemorrhaging money at that point.
So if I'm renovating to sell, it's like you said, I'm like my home, I'm customizing it to me. If someone else come in, they might not like black walls,
Neutral colors.
Right, yeah.
You see
Neutral,
what I'm saying?
neutral.
And I'm like,
neutral.
you don't like this? So yes, we do feel some of that as agents when we go out, and I'm like, just look past whatever they got going on. This is not the end all. But I'm pretty sure they loved it because they got wood everywhere. Someone in here is a wood maker or wood crafter, because there's wood everywhere, which might, this is going to sell quick. And then you get the other person from Dubai and they're like, I don't like this. So I totally get that. So how can buyers realistically budget for renovations without extending themselves?
It circles right back to getting a contractors involved early and getting pricing as early as possible for material and labor.
Okay. What ways can we add value to you? Like, what would you prefer your ideal agent partnership?
Go ahead.
You got Jennifer. You got Jennifer here.
Yes.
You're like, when do I get Jennifer involved? Like when? Like what do you need her? What do you need from her to, as far as referrals, as far as once you have a job done, are we still involved, or are we at that point just referral based?
No, probably just
Referral based.
Yeah.
Okay, and we usually see a lot of that, and we get a lot of questions, and I'm just like, we're trying to build our vendor list. So when they do have these questions, we can spit it out real quick, like, oh yeah, contact them. We would hate to refer someone to you that didn't fit in your bucket, and you're like, yeah, we're not the right people for that. So I'm glad you clarified that in the beginning with the handyman versus what we do, because we have no idea. We don't specialize in that, right? So we think they have an abundance of things that need to be fixed. That's more of a handyman. If we have multiple units, that's where you want to come into play and be the star.
Yeah, because some people, a lot of these big wigs that own 400-unit multifamily apartments, they started somewhere.
Right.
Probably with a duplex.
Right.
An 8-plex or whatever. So we have had several of those people come to us, and they don't know what to do in there. So we can come in and give ideas, but we're not designers. But we'll
You see
give
what I'm
ideas.
saying?
Yes, we'll give ideas on what will look good. I mean, you know,
Or
it's
what can fit.
if you got to do the kitchen and the bathroom to make something look good for somebody to want to live there.
Yeah.
But those people are going to turn into somebody bigger.
Right.
Somebody's buying a duplex or, you know, something. They're going to end up buying
Right.
more units down the road.
So commercial realtor is going to be your jam then, because that's really where the multi-units come into play. We have a referral for that too, so we can give you a
Okay.
commercial realtor that you know is
Yeah, that's perfect.
abundant in this system. So what's a realistic timeline for common renovations like the kitchens, bathroom, floorings? Like it kind of depends on. Like you said, call us early. If you call me Friday, I'm not doing it Saturday. So if I call you Friday, what are we looking at? I'm thinking it depends on what you already have in the scope of what you're doing other projects, right? Because you don't have.
We can usually get out there within a week to start preparing a proposal and a bid for you. I can't give you a timeline on where that renovation would be finished,
Right.
Because it all depends on the scope.
Right, right. Okay. So normally, if I have a small usually like me, look, I'm gonna use myself. I want I want all 3 bathrooms done over, right? That's renovation. Would that fall in that?
Oh,
would
yeah.
that fall in that
Yeah, yeah.
bucket? I want all 3 of them done. Well, I want 2 of them done, and I want to add one. So
That's a little bit longer.
you see what I'm saying?
Process,
But I
yes.
know that, right? I don't care as long as it get done. But the common person is like, yeah, I'm having, a Valentine's Day party. You like, wait a minute, today is.
Yeah.
I think realistic timelines for renovations are very important for the partnership of like you guys with your clients and making sure everyone's on the same page of how long it will actually take and setting realistic.
And that's one of the, exactly what Jennifer's saying. That's one of the reasons why we got involved in doing what we were doing. We both had worked in the industry, and what we found over and over again is that contractors did not do what they say they're going to do. They didn't show up to even give an estimate. They gave an unrealistic timeline on when things were going to be completed. And, we found a niche that should not be a niche. And it's just doing what you say. And if you can't do something, be open and honest about it that you can't do something. And every contractor out there will tell every single real estate agent that they can do absolutely everything at all times.
That's what we get.
And it's and it is 100% not the truth. It's not the truth. If somebody is just saying yes to absolutely everything and not educating and letting you know, hey, okay, I understand that you want to do that, but here's the things that we're going to run into just to set the expectations correctly, then they shouldn't be your contractor.
And if there's permitting involved, people have to have patience with that.
But I think if it's brought up in the previous conversation, like the consultation,
In setting the expectations.
I think the blow is softer, where it's not like, oh, you said that, and it's like, oh, I didn't know, because we don't know what you have to do. But if you tell me in the beginning, I think it'll feel that much better. They're like, and then when they educate other people before they refer you, because they do that, they're like, oh yeah. If you're not willing to wait, then don't do it, right? Because it takes time. Like you said, they might need permits. I just found out we don't need permits in Litchfield because we're considered an island. It's a whole thing. I didn't even know that. I'm like, oh, okay. So being educated on permits and things like that would definitely soften the timeline and be more realistic, be honest. We don't have a lot of, contractors are contractors. They want the job. So we get a lot of people when they buy houses and they think it's a little thing and it's really bigger. They think it's a big thing and it's really small. So we try to do a lot of filtering, not so deep, but deep enough to know when to send them to you and when to send them to someone else. So we will do that in the future. So I love having conversations like this because we don't know what we don't know. And it's beneficial for everybody. So that's the way that we can add value, Jennifer, is by, filtering those people out with what they need and kind of like letting them know, hey, do you need this done right away? We can put that bug in there too, just so they have realistic timelines.
And I think it kind of leads back to how you said, like, some buyers, you tell them just to look past it, can always slip that in right at that time of like you can just connect with a renovation specialist, get it painted, have them look at what the countertops could look like, and almost get that flowing while they're looking at homes,
Right.
and then see if it's a good fit for them, if the renovation makes sense.
And then what are you guys seeing out there as far as requests? Are you seeing people, buyers more prioritizing functionality, aesthetics, or energy efficient, or a combination of all three?
Combination, a lot of energy savings. Everybody's switching to that. Cosmetic for sure. For sure.
Right. You know, it's amped up because of TikTok. So that's a
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing. They're like, can you do this? You like, that's AI. That's not realistic. You're not going to be walking on clouds.
Well, and with apartments also, you know, you figure it's usually a minimum of a year that somebody's living in there. But if you add children and pets, there's a lot of damage that comes along with that. So somebody moves out, it usually has to be renovated
Restored.
every time. Yes.
Like restored to new every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are a little bit harder than they used to be, I feel like, when I'm looking at places. Like you said, I'm like, how long were they here? A year? I've always treated every home like it was mine, whether I was renting or not. But, you know, and to their defense, sometimes I think things are made out of cheaper products than they were back then.
No,
No?
no.
Oh.
We've actually renovated units where somebody lived there for 3 months, and we've gone back in after 3 months and had to renovate the entire thing all over again. So if you're in the rental business, then qualifying those rentals are pretty important.
I think that's what scares a lot of people away from rental properties right now, is knowing how hard tenants are on their homes.
That
And then fearing that having to re-renovate every
that
time.
Airbnbs, people are not really doing those anymore either because of that reason. So, like I said, we're exposed to a lot of different things due to social media, and it's kind of like a forewarning when we see those videos, and we're like, oh yeah, we even thought about doing Airbnb because we're so close to the State Farm Stadium. So when the Super Bowl came, we like, oh, we should Airbnb and get $4,000 a day. And then I'm looking around at my stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
It's going to cost you $10,000 to make that 4.
it's not even worth it. You know, it's not even worth it.
How did you guys get into the renovation world? Like, what brought you guys into it, and how you guys started your company together?
Well, we've both been in construction for me since I was an adult, turned 18. I've always been working in construction.
By choice, or you saw?
It just happened that way. It just happened that way. And
I kind of
then-
wish I would have took that path.
Yeah, and then it just, Mike's always been in construction. Like you were sales for everything that we buy from our vendors now. He did, and then we moved here to Arizona 12 years ago, and we both worked for companies. And then one day we said, we can do this, and
You did it.
yeah.
Well, I'll go back a little further. I'm a former Special Forces Green Beret, and I was an 18 Charlie. I was a demolition engineer, so you had to know how to build things,
Okay.
so you could blow things up. And being in that type of field, the honesty and integrity is extremely important, and it is drilled into you from the time you walk in the military, and especially when in that type of role, you have to be trusted at a different level. You're going into other countries and building relationships with people in other countries. The amount of integrity is a completely different level than most people have to deal with. And in that, when I saw all these people working in the industry, working on the supply side, and seeing what all these contractors were doing over and over again, and they're just not being honest, not being upfront. And Tara had worked for another construction company at the time, and I was working for a different construction company, and we just looked at it and we're like, these guys aren't doing things the way that they should, and they're not listening. And so 9 years ago, I'd started it, and then 4 or 5 months later, Tara came on right after, and Tara runs the operations and does an extremely good job. And just that little bit of integrity and telling people what you can do, and if you can't do it, being open and honest and upfront about it, gets you pretty far. It gets you pretty far.
think integrity is a very strong quality to have in any industry, but especially when you're running your own business, that goes a lot farther than anything else.
Well, I'm going to throw Jennifer under the bus.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
Several years ago, Jennifer worked for us. Jennifer was a project manager up
You did
in
not
Washington
say-
State.
You did not say that.
I didn't tell
You
you
did
that.
not disclose that
really-
information.
She didn't have much of a choice. We just said, you're going to do this job.
But that's usually how it
We were
happens,
on
though.
a bike ride in Arizona on motorcycles, and
Yeah.
they were like, we stopped, and they were like, by the way, in Washington.
But it's
You're
funny.
gonna work for us.
So you was a project manager. That's funny.
But I
That's-
will say,
Because
for-
it's funny because I was gonna ask you, do you project manage your own? Because I was a project
yeah.
manager too,
yeah.
and I'm like, wait, who gets together all the clerical stuff?
Well,
And,
Tara like leads everyone, and then she has project managers below her, but she's the
Yeah,
But
Head girl.
I will tell you, for probably 6 years, we had clients asking about Jennifer over and over and over again.
yeah. 'cause
Everybody
she's-
said that they were the best. She
Yeah.
was the best project manager that they've ever seen.
Yeah,
I mean, her integrity and how thorough. I mean, she followed directions. We had a process and procedure in place. She followed it exactly, and I mean, for years we had. After she left, for years,
I can see that.
people asked about her.
I can see that. Well, being a project manager, I was a project manager for a hospital, same thing, right? You still have to get stuff together and put stuff together and communicate, right? It's always about the communication and how thorough you are. Yes, we want to be nice, right? That's an easy quality for you. So it's, people want to deal with nice, right? They want to deal with nice. And not only that, they want you to get the job done to the best of your ability, and also have communication with your leaders to say, this is what's going on. So that's really what project management is about. So that's awesome.
That's what everybody complimented her about was her communication. and how thorough she
It's
was.
if you don't have that, you might as well don't even, like, they have the whole project management certification that you need to get when they ask for. I'm like, I never had that. I got hired because I was nice. I'm like, I never was a project manager. They were like, it doesn't matter. Come on, we'll show you what. It's really about personality, right? And you're honest, and you put forth your best foot and everything. So that's awesome.
communication is key.
With everything,
Every
with all of
aspect of
our
life.
and we find it hard too as agents when we're out talking to, I call them strangers, because we're in strangers' houses. We're walking in danger every day and don't even think about it. But when we talking to new clients and they purchase something and they're like, hey, this and that and this, and we need this, and we already gonna have a light bulb in our head to say, oh, all right, we got somebody for you. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have that, and it's always good to have someone who's not gonna not be honest with them. You're gonna be honest and say we can or we can't. And like you said, most of contractors don't do that because they have a family to feed. They're gonna tell you and then they're gonna figure it out on the back end. And we like to work with the reverse of that. Tell me right now if you can't do it, or or who you recommend. So I always like to have someone back and forth. We want to put you on a list. We want to push your business forward, especially if we know you personally. So thank you for what you do.
And that's why partnering with very solid companies who actually stick by their word and follow through is very important to us as realtors, because then it feeds into how our clients trust us. If the people we connected them with don't stick to their word, makes us look bad.
Yeah.
Right. Don't show up.
Yeah.
One of the big issues that I've run into in single family homes when it comes to contractors is get multiple bids, because the contracts will come out and say we'll go out and we'll bid a home remodel and addition for $60,000.
Yep.
Another guy comes in and says I'm going to do it for 30.
Yep.
Well, reading those proposals and comparing them apples to apples is very, very important. This actually happened to me up in Washington. I had given a guy that I had worked with a proposal for $60,000. Another contractor came in and gave him another proposal for 30. And he said, Mike, I have to go with this guy. I mean, he's just so much cheaper. And I said, are you sure? And he said, oh, I'm 100% sure. I said, did you go through this line by line and make, 100%. I ran into him about 6 months later at a Home Depot store. And when everything was said and done, it cost him $75,000 because everything wasn't entailed in the bid, and he ordered him to death, just over and over and over again. And just because a contractor comes in and says that they're honest and says they're the be all end all and everything's going to be great and everything's going to be wonderful, that's probably not going to be your experience.
Right.
Especially when they give you a proposal, a bid that is a lump sum bid. Hey, we're going to do these things and this is how much it's going to cost. And they're
And
very
they're not
vague.
line by line.
Yeah,
And they're
that's a big
vague
thing.
and they're vague on purpose
Yeah.
because, oh, well, I didn't include that. Even though you may have thought, assumed that. Well,
Right.
it was in the scope that I gave you, the written scope that I gave you. Oh, well, I must have missed that. Sorry, it's not my proposal. We do things really different. We literally give a proposal, like specifically in multifamily, for every single unit type. We list out every single thing that we're doing. And when I mean everything, I mean every light switch, every faucet, literally everything is lined out. So you can very easily read exactly what we're doing. But then we also give you a labor and a material number at the same time. And some people try to come back to us and say, well, I don't want to pay that much for a faucet, so I'll just supply it.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to discount that, but I'm going to take the markup that I had and move it someplace else because now I'm chasing product, right?
Right.
The markup that we put on product is minimal. There's a cost of us buying it. There's a cost of us financing it. There's a cost of us going and getting it. There's a cost of us delivering it. So the markup, should be minimal, but a contractor does deserve that markup. But if everything is not lined out in detail on what you're doing every step of the way, be wary of that contractor.
Right. We had that situation. But I thought that it was important to get more than one bid. Yeah, but like you said, what's the difference in comparing and going through line by line? That part, because I did have a couple give us bulk. Oh, this is going to be $80,000. Like looking at everything, but it wasn't line by line, so we had no idea of what that 80 entailed other than our original problem. Like we know, I need you to close up our ceiling. Okay, we can close it up, but another one gave us line by line. This is the box of nails. I need 12 boxes of these nails. I need, this kind of wood. I need 15, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that.
The guy that's going to be transparent is the guy that you want to work with.
Okay. That's good to know.
How you said that one ended up costing them an extra, $15,000?
On top of our proposal, yeah.
Did it cost them extra time as well? Did
Of
the other
course.
contractor take a lot
Of course.
longer?
Yeah, because now they're going to have to, yeah. Oh,
Their protocol is dialed on their, like you said, everything on how you organize everything, how you price it. Like you guys have your structures and everything very, very dialed where it goes a long ways.
Well, and going back to where I come from, doing what I've done in the military, planning is everything.
right.
And we don't plan to not get a job. So every single job that we do or every proposal that we do, of course, we don't get them all. We want to, but we don't get them all. But we do plan for that project to go directly into production. There's no more planning for us to do after we give a proposal. We know exactly where everything's coming from, how much everything costs, and we can go into production fairly quickly once something is executed.
Now, what's one renovation decision that can make or break a flip? So you guys work with flips, right? So
Well,
flipped-
yeah, but it's the overscope that I had stated earlier.
See, so that okay,
It's putting things into a home that you want in your house. You're gonna put too high end a product in there. It's gonna be, you're not leaving a lot of room for somebody, and now you're actually doing that flip and putting things in there that you're going to curtail to a certain type of personality. And you don't want to do that. Leave them some room where they can customize it for themselves later on, make everything look nice. But I did a home once up in Washington State where literally this poor woman, and I made her sign piece of paper after piece of paper. Everything was blue. Every single thing was a shade of blue. And I'm talking blue carpet, light blue walls.
she wanted to be in the ocean.
Every single thing was blue, and I had her sign off on a piece of paper, multiple pieces of paper, saying, "Are you? I'm telling you, the only person you're going to sell this house to is a Smurf." Every single thing in here everything was a shade of blue, and when I got done, the workmanship looked great, but the house looked horrible.
Right.
And that just turned
that's
into
what
a
she wanted.
huge payment. No, she was like, everything's too blue. I'm like, how many times did I tell you that? You know, and then it came down to payment issues, and because she didn't like it, the workmanship was totally fine. I mean, it turned into one thing after another. So if you're just getting into doing these things, the best thing that you can do is find out what works in your market, and your contractor can really help with that if that's something that they do. I mean, something that we do all the time. You know, in multifamily, we end up with designers coming in and saying, "Oh, we want to put this $400 light fixture in a dining room." And
Don't look at mine.
Yeah, and now we're and now we're going to try to do that 400 times.
I'm taking them with me when I sell my house.
There you go.
But that's where the problem comes in, is they're over scoping it,
Yeah.
and then we know that as that renovation moves forward, that they're not going to do that. But at the end of the day, just make sure that you're not over scoping. I mean, don't go in there and put, $300 square foot countertop in something that you're going to turn, because nobody's going to pay for that. You're not. There's no added value in one quartz countertop that's $50 a square foot, or a quartz countertop that's $1,000 a square foot. It doesn't add more value just because it costs more money. It looks nice. It's new, neutral colors, and that's going to be the biggest bang for your buck.
That's funny. I was just going to ask you. That was my next question.
Is that
What
where buyers and sellers can kind of like leverage you guys if they were to have you come and give like an estimate or a scope and get your opinion on like what products you would put to get the most dollar in their return for their money of like what they're doing?
Well,
in
we
their
would
home?
scope it and bid it the way that they want it, and then ask them if they want us to value engineer it.
Okay. And
That's-
is that kind of where you look at the different price per square footage and what their return would be?
We'll give them some suggestions. Instead of doing this, what do you think about this?
Okay.
This is where you'll get the biggest bang for your buck.
Because I think a lot of buyers or sellers that are either flipping to just sell or they want to upgrade, renovate their house before they put it on the market. I think that would be a huge value add from you guys to
And
them.
she's really good at that.
Yes. Tara is the girl to go to.
So if we want to add value, right? So me, I want to add value. I'm always looking to add value to my house. What increases value?
Kitchens and bathrooms.
Yep.
See, that's what I said.
Kitchens and
Didn't I
bathrooms.
say that? Okay.
What is one thing that people upgrade that doesn't give them really any value return like that you guys have noticed?
Just the fixtures?
Pools.
Pools.
Hey. I don't want to hear that. But yeah, I said kitchen and bathrooms because I want to add in that loft area right there. I want to add another bathroom, and I'm like, oh, the value. I'm always thinking of value, and I don't know why that's in my head about every time I'm putting something. I'm like, is that going to add value? Because I had a client who sold their house last month, and they put all these beautiful windows in their home, and I'm like, oh, these are nice. And then the appraiser came, and he's like, oh, come look at this. He was like, yeah, we don't look at that. I was like, oh.
All he looked at was it's got windows in it. That's it. That's it. And
So I think what we
it's
think
kitchens
and what
it's kitchens and bathrooms.
Yeah,
That's where the money's at, is in kitchens and bathrooms, period. There is nothing else. Nothing else matters.
now I heard that if you remove the tub, it takes out value.
If you remove a tub and put a walk-in shower, of course, because now you're not selling your house to anybody with kids.
That value
Don't do
add is
that to
taken
me.
away.
You have to put tubs in, right? You have to have tubs in there.
I want to
even
take
in the master.
tubs out.
Or at least have
And you
one,
can
leave
in
one
your
tub
house.
in the house.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I
minimum
want to
of
keep.
one.
But I
Yeah.
want to keep the value up. So
Then you got to keep one tub.
You got to keep tubs.
What's the reason why you want to remove the tub? You just don't want a tub?
I just think it's.
You don't like the aesthetic.
I
of
just
it?
think it's old. Like people don't really. It's crazy, right? So I'm from the Midwest. So Midwest people come visit and they come look at houses. They're always like, "Oh, I don't want it. It doesn't have a tub." And I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "People in Arizona, we just shower." And they're no, seriously. And they're like, "No, I need to soak." Every last one of them say the same thing. And it's not even a kid factor. It's just that they always want to soak.
There are bath people for sure, but I think kids like. I wouldn't have bought a house without a tub having kids for sure.
Oh,
Like,
I wanted to get
you
rid of
definitely
both
wanna
my
keep one tub.
tubs. We have
Well-
a tub up here and a tub.
Well,
I'm
if
like,
we're sick, or
Yeah.
my back's hurt, or
That's what
I
the
had
seat in the
surgery or
shower
something.
for.
I don't have a seat in my shower.
Put one.
No, I don't want to do that.
It adds
I'm just sitting in
value.
the rain, man. You're sitting in the rain.
No, do you want to do that? I just want to sit there and just.
We're from Washington State. We
shower
moved to
tub
Arizona
people.
for a reason. We don't want to sit in the rain.
That is what
True.
that is. It's sitting in the
Keep
rain.
that rain away.
It's sitting in the rain. I
I want to
my
soak,
gosh.
relax. I mean, she'll go in there with candles and take a bubble bath. And
Okay.
Glass of wine.
Maybe a new tub might be the answer
Maybe
versus
you need
versus
a tub with jets. You know. Get
no, because it's
You
too
don't
the
like that?
clean. No, I like the
She's
old fashioned legs that
Oh,
Grandma
yeah,
used to
yeah.
have. I like those, the deep ones.
the clawfoot tubs.
I don't like
yeah.
the garden ones so
You
much.
do a cool renovation, put a cool claw tub in one of them.
Yeah,
They're gonna be good.
yeah. I don't think the kids would appreciate it, but I think I will appreciate it more.
They'll
They're
leave
like, what
someday.
is this?
Yeah, they're gonna be forever.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they have stuff under the tub if you can, like, no, it's all aesthetics. No, they're not leaving.
I'm sorry.
Do we all say that about our kids?
Yes, we do.
But they're I'm proof. I'm proof. Mine just got out the Navy and he's in door number 3 over there. So, yeah, no.
Because you put a revolving door in on the front door. You got to change that.
Okay, guys, we want to know a little bit more about you on a personal level. We're just going to do a round of rapid fire. So, number 1, coffee or energy drink? What do you guys usually do? Coffee or energy drink? You don't have anything now, so you probably already had it.
If
Water.
we-
Water.
yeah.
Water?
Yeah.
Y'all,
water.
oh, look at y'all. Y'all so pure. don't
Unless it's
look at us
freezing
over
cold, then
here.
Coffee.
If you're in Washington, you're getting a hot coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, that's a whole nother situation. Okay. Residential renovations or commercial projects? What you
If you're
prefer?
well-
what you prefer?
Saying
Is that
both,
too
both of
general?
those are very broad. When you say commercial, we don't do commercial TIs. We don't do tenant improvements on an office space.
Okay.
That's not what
So
we
it'll
do.
be residential renovations.
Residential.
Okay. Demo day or final reveal? Which one do you prefer?
Looking at the final review.
As a business owner, final reveal.
Yeah.
Final reveal.
Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow.
Direct
Got it.
deposit. Direct deposit.
That's
Blueprint.
like asking if we like showing houses or closing day better.
Right.
We like closing day.
I like closing. I like clear to close. Blueprints or on-site walkthroughs.
Both.
Okay. Luxury finishes or functional upgrades. Functional upgrades. I can answer that one for you. Early
With a twist of luxury to it. Right?
Okay.
So there's some things you want to get.
You're gonna have me
like
texting you pictures. This one or that one.
Yeah, well, like it could be a backsplash tile that's just going to make a kitchen pop, right? It might be a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Y'all make me happy.
those
Like
little
I want to do a
luxury-
walkthrough of my house while y'all here.
I think everything, like if you go casual, basic, like any buyer would like it, but then you do like a pop of luxury, I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
feature.
Yes.
Okay. Early start or late finish?
Early start.
I think I know the answer to it. Fix it right or fix it fast. Fix it right.
You're going to get one or the other, and we would prefer to fix it right.
One big project or multiple jobs at once. Let's just say they're paying the same thing.
Multiple.
Okay. Hands-on leadership or delegation pro.
Delegate.
Okay.
Yeah, delegate.
That's awesome. Job complete, celebrate, or what to say? Job complete, celebrate, or straight to the next build.
Oh, straight to the next
next.
build. Straight to the
celebrate
Zero
next.
hesitation.
Right? So I don't have time for that.
We usually celebrate in the beginning, and we move past
I
that.
said on to the next.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else you guys want to add? It's been a pleasure.
I don't think so.
Where can people find you guys? Like social media, website, how to contact you guys?
Our website.
I just Googled.
It's just AO services.
Our website, yeah, for AO services, that's the best place. That's about to be upgraded significantly with some landing pages and things like that.
Okay.
But that's the best place to reach us is through that website.
Okay. And
Or a phone number. Do you guys have an AO services phone number?
We
for
have a
people to contact?
1-800 number on our website.
Yeah, it's on the website.
okay. Well, we'll add that website so you guys can have clear access to them. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. All right, that's a wrap. You've been rocking with the weekly close with CIC Real Agents, Real Stories, Real Talk. Catch us next week, same time, new gems. Stay locked in.
Beyond the beat, slow feet don't eat. You went and made it was your story. Beyond the beat, come talk with Teek. On the beat, beyond the